The new movie, Is This Thing On?, takes on the topics of divorce and trying to make it in the comedy scene. So this got us thinking, is humor truly the best medicine? Earlier, I caught up with therapist Jenny Marie just to find out.
Put your hands together for Alex Novak.
Tell a joke.
I think I'm getting a divorce.
So Jenny, this movie does a very interesting thing. It makes the point that reinvention is not a crisis, which was like, wow, to me. Can you speak more on that? Because that was a revelation for me. Talk to me about that.
Yeah. I think so often we get stuck in these patterns of just doing the same thing over and over again, and we can really lose ourselves. And so we really see through Alex's story in Is This Thing On? That reinvention doesn't need to be a crisis, that we just need to have a little courage and get outside of ourselves.
Yeah, courage is a big one. I use humor a lot to get through a lot of things. Is this a good coping mechanism for getting through reinvention or starting over, or is that a dangerous thing to do?
No, actually science shows us that humor and laughter actually reduces cortisol, the stress hormone, as well as it's going to boost our dopamine and our serotonin. So it's an uplifting way to help our mental health.
Doing this, it helps.
How does it help to have a room full of people laughing at you?
Do you have to have prior stand-up experience for this to be beneficial or no?
No, not at all. You don't need a mic. You don't need that 2-drink minimum to get out there. All you have to do is just try to be yourself. And what I love about comedy is it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just human. Just come and talk about your everyday experiences, which are so relatable to everyone.
What I like about you is you're so innocent. You're not naive, you're innocent. And that's why it works. So that's good. It comes out of your head, you put it on a piece of paper and you get up there. It's like therapy.
When I did stand-up, it was like my worst day, my best day, the most embarrassing thing. It was very normal things. And it went okay. It went B minus. Okay. Do you, let me ask you, someone, let's say, doesn't want to take their comedy to the stage. Other ways that they can express humor, what would you say?
Oh, yeah. I think you can start in your living room. Play Cards Against Humanity, Pictionary, something like even charades. It's a great way to start it out. And, if you're not ready for that stand-up comedy, a little easier might be improv, because improv's collaborative. You're on the stage with a couple people and it can feel a little easier.
Yeah, I did improv for 10 years. And man, was it so nice to have people behind you instead of a stand-up where you're all alone, which is terrifying. Totally agree. One last point I want to make before I go. Some are saying that this movie points out that creative expression isn't just a hobby, and I love this, it's a survival strategy. Talk to me a little bit more about that if you can.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think we a lot of times don't think about in the day-to-day our mental health and what we're doing. And so comedy really is that survival strategy. And just like I talked about, it helps boost serotonin, which is a primary neurotransmitter we need to help us have a lifted mood.
Nice. So good. All right. So everybody get out there, watch Is This Thing On, which is what I would say at my stand-up, and learn how humor can be a really good coping mechanism. Thank you so much, Jenny.
Man, I wish I had a punchline.
You can catch Is This Thing On streaming now on digital and coming soon to Hulu and Disney+.